By the way, that was some crazy fine print in their lease, talking about the rent being tripled because they're 3 days late. That's probably the most diabolical thing about the whole entire
Let me tell you
film.
something. When you're broke, it does feel like it's triple. It came out of 3 months back.
Yeah, you can quadruple it. It's not make a fucking difference. You're still getting what you're getting.
You're right.
Number 10, If These Walls Could Talk. The famous Thomas W. Phillips residence in LA served as the Robeson Funeral Home in The People Under the Stairs. The house, being no stranger to film production, was also used in 1988's Witchcraft, The Immortalizer, and Dr. Hackenstein, House 4 in 1992, The Covenant in 2000, Rob Zombie's 2007 Halloween reboot, a 2012 episode of Modern Family called Open House of Horrors, 2012's Pumpkin, starring the very tasty Christina Ricci, and a 2013 episode of Sons of Anarchy called The Mad King. If you're looking to visit the home today, just open up your GPS and plug in 2215 South Harvard Boulevard in Los Angeles. While you're there, you can pop on over to the body shop that was used in the Monk episode titled Mr. Monk and the Paperboy, located under 4 miles away. The Epps family home from Numbers is just a 20-minute walk from the Robeson Funeral Home, and it is also just a quarter mile from the dinner break scene that was filmed at the beginning of 2003's National Security. The house was once owned and occupied by Butterfly McQueen, a real name, and the maid from Gone with the Wind.
Number 9, based on a true story, The People Under the Stairs was inspired by a real-life event that Wes Craven read about involving burglars breaking into a house, and when the police arrived, there was no sign of the burglars. But after investigating noises coming from behind locked doors, children were actually discovered, imprisoned by their own parents, never permitted to go outside.
Number 8, The Sound of Silence. I don't know if this is Graham or Graham.
So that's how you do it when you fuck up. You just apologize before you do it.
So I'm going to call him G. G. Revel was the original composer on the film, but his score was ultimately rejected, although he still received the credit as the composer for additional music. As far as Revel's work that did make it into films, he was the composer on Child's Play 2, Psycho 4, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, The Crow films, The Basketball Diaries, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the 1995 film, From Dusk Till Dawn, The Craft, Spawn, Bride of Chucky, Idle Hands, Collateral Damage, Freddy vs. Jason, Pineapple Express, and the Gotham series, and much more. So he definitely seems to be a capable composer, so we can only wonder why his work didn't fit with the vision of The People Under the Stairs. When things didn't work out with Revel, Don Peake was brought in, who worked with Wes Craven previously on 1977's The Hills Have Eyes.
That's a hell of a resume for a composer.
Yeah.
Definitely tell you that right now. Number 7, Mommy and Daddy. The nameless characters in the film are a strange and nice touch, but if you listen closely during the scene when Mommy gets attacked by Alice, you can hear her yell for Daddy, calling him Eldon. With the funeral home being Robeson Funeral Home, it is safe to assume that Daddy's name is Eldon Robeson. Wes Craven chose Winnie Roby and Everett McGill to play Mommy and Daddy after seeing them play husband and wife on Twin Peaks. I think he told them, just do some Twin Peak things.
Yes. Number 6, it kind of had its own ride, sort of. If you went to Universal Studios in Orlando and went on the Twister ride while it was still in operation, you could catch a glimpse of The People Under the Stairs playing on the drive-in theater screen before getting ripped apart by a tornado.
Number 5, adult children. Many of the stars in The People Under the Stairs were much older than their characters they portrayed. AJ Langer was nearly 17 when she played her 12-year-old character. Sean Whalen was 26 years old playing a 16-year-old Roach. Not to mention, the star of the film, we'll talk about later, was actually 9 years old when filming and about 11 when it came out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, playing a 13-year-old.
There you go.
All right, number 4, Roach. Roach was originally written to work as a male or a female character. Hilary Swank auditioned for the role.
Tilda Swinton ain't want none of that? All right. Number 3, taken for a fool. Leroy tells Fool that he's being evicted and has to be out by the next day.
Y'all been evicted.
But there's a flip side to that coin. California law requires a 30-day notice before evicting someone. So get out of here, Marcellus. He ain't through living under your roof by a damn sight. He can get big legal on your ass. Vin Rames is one of my most favorite impressions to make. I love doing Vin Rames impressions.
By the way, that was some crazy fine print in their lease, talking about the rent being tripled because they're 3 days late. That's probably the most diabolical thing about the whole entire
Let me tell you something. When you're broke, It does feel like it's triple. It came out of 3 months back.
Yeah, you can quadruple it. It's not make a fucking difference. You're still getting what you're getting.
You're right.
Number 2, Where Are They Now? Brandon Quinton Adams, who played Full, would star in The Mighty Ducks the very next year and would reprise his role as Jesse Hall in 1994's D2. He was also Kenny De Nunez in 1993's The Sandlot. He also became a familiar face of various 90s television programs, including Martin, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Boy Meets World, Sister Sister, and Moesha. And you will recognize a young Brandon in Michael Jackson's 1988 video for Smooth Criminal. More recently, he has contributed his voice talents to the Kingdom Hearts video game franchise, and this year starred in The Resort, with the film called Finding Adeline, currently in pre-production, that reunites him with his People Under the Stairs co-star Jan Burke.
Everett McGill, who played Man, played the role of Big Ed Hurley in David Lynch's twisted world of Twin Peaks in the 2 years leading up to The People Under the Stairs, and would go on to reprise that role in 1992's Fire Walk With Me, although his scenes didn't make the final cut. Now, 2014 Twin Peaks, The Missing Pieces, and the relatively recent 2017 return of the series.
Wendy Roby made her film debut playing Woman, also came from Twin Peaks, and would also return to future installments in the franchise all the way up to the 2017 season. She'd go on to work with Wes Craven again in 1995's Vampire in Brooklyn. And in 2020, she starred in Dreaming Grand Avenue, and has a film coming out in 2022 called Relative.
AJ Langer, who played Alice, also making her film debut in The People Under the Stairs, went on to appear in many iconic 90s TV series like Blossom, whoa, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, The Wonder Years, not the black version, we get to say that now, Beverly Hills 90210, and Baywatch. She played Rayanne Graff in My So-Called Life from 1994 to 1995, just to name a few. Now, more recently, she was Erica Warner in Private Practice. She doesn't have a credit since 2013's Kristen's Christmas Past.
By the way, you could say that now.
Oh.
Yeah. It would have a different
tone if you said
it. Yeah, it would be interpreted differently.
Is Vincent Vega in the motherfucking house?
Ving Rhames, who played Leroy, went on to bring to life far too many memorable characters to cover them all, but to name a few: Marcellus Wallace in Pulp Fiction, Walter Robbins in ER, Luther Strickle in The Mission Impossibles, Diamond Dog in Con Air, Don King in Don King Only in America, and of course, Cobra Bubbles in the Lilo and Stitch franchise. This was also Sean Whalen's film debut, aka Roach. Sean is a fantastic character actor who has made a thick resume for himself in film and television. Among many other credits, he was Alan Sanders in 1996's Twister. He was at the karaoke. Oh, funny. So the dude that was in the dude that was in People Under the Stairs was also in Twister, and the ride that was based on Twister featured People Under the Stairs. Go figure. He was at the karaoke party in The Cable Guy, Mick Macy in Idle Hands, Bex in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, Neil Frogert in Lost, and fans of Always Sunny in Philadelphia will recognize him as Liam McPoyle.
Bill Cobbs has nearly 200 credits with 7 films currently in various stages from pre-production to post-production. We're running out of time. Just look him up.
Finally, Jan Burke, aka Stairmaster, has stayed busy in the world of acting, solidifying his place as a staple in the world of horror while branching out to flex his acting chops across other genres. He is also a film producer and will be getting more into his career when we talk to him later on in the show.
Number 1. Possible reboots. Shortly before his passing in 2015, the great iconic Wes Craven had signed on with Sci-Fi to create a series based on The People Under the Stairs. Craven had also previously approached Spanish director F. Javier Gutierrez to direct a remake. More recently, Monkey Paw himself, Jordan Peele, has been in talks for the remaking of the film. With the profits of the original Saw on such a low budget, you can definitely expect The People Under the Stairs to make its way around again in one way or another.